guys, welcome back. This has absolutely nothing to do with my channel really, but I just started watching Outlander and I am just absolutely obsessed with that show. Like, I almost didn't film today because I just wanted to finish up the season of Outlander that I was watching. I just feel like I'm so invested in everyone now. You know, you want this person to succeed, you want this person to succeed, you want this person to die, you hope this person, like, burns in a pit, and it's just, it's one of those shows where it makes you wish you were there, like, in that country, and sometimes you just walk around talking in accents, and, oops. You guys can also probably hear a bunch of background noise out there, and those are the kittens. I just bought them a huge bag of kitten food, and they're going crazy trying to get into the bag. Story of my life now. Anyway, aside from my current obsession with Outlander and my noisy kittens, I did decide to film today because I got my Sephora package with all of my Too Faced Peach Matte products in it. I think I'm more excited about just testing out like Too Faced in general because for me personally, and I'm just being completely honest, Too Faced has been very hit or miss. I have felt this way about a couple of other brands before, but for some reason Too Faced just really sticks out in my mind as always having products that just never worked for my skin tone. Their bronzers were always too dark and way too warm for me. Their foundations were always too dark. Their concealers were always too dark. But I'm hoping we actually have a winner this time because they did come out with a shade called Snow, and it looks pretty light, so we'll see how that works out. But first of all, they came out with a primer. This is called Primed and Peachy, a cooling matte perfecting primer infused with peach and sweet fig cream. So the side of the box says, refreshing peach and sweet fig cream is infused in our long-lasting cooling matte primer that blurs and smooths your complexion with a brightening peach tint that works on any skin tone. Oh, it's a peach tint. I thought it was just like a regular, like, white, clear primer. Wear alone or under foundation for a mattifying, soft focus finish that's lightweight, comfortable, and smells as good as it feels. So we're going to go ahead and try this one out first. I already moisturized my face, well, I washed and moisturized my face before starting to film today. I decided to go with my Bulldog Oil Control Moisturizer because every foundation I own right now I have pretty much tested with this moisturizer, so I feel like I have a pretty good handle on how it performs. So let's try this primer with it. Doesn't smell like anything yet. Takes like a million pumps to actually get this out. Okay, I don't know how I feel about this peach primer, but I'm gonna go ahead and massage it into my skin. Oh, it's kind of tacky. Once you blend this in, that peach tint really isn't peach. It goes on pretty sheer, pretty clear. It does look mattifying, you know. I was already starting to get a little oily up here, my forehead and on my nose, because I get oily there almost instantly after I wash my face. But it looks like it's doing a good job of keeping that pretty matte. So we will see, but this is surprising. Was a little concerned that it was peach, but went on pretty good. Alright, next up is like the big kahuna of this whole collection, which is the Peach Perfect Comfort Matte Foundation, also infused with peach and sweet fig cream. It says it's transfer resistant, medium coverage, and the modern way to wear matte foundation. Photo friendly, smooth, flawless, and comfortable with a soft focus velvety finish. Oil-free, 14-hour wear. Ooh, that is a strong claim. Oil-controlling, photo-friendly, and shine-free. So, like I mentioned earlier, I got the color Snow. This is the lightest shade it comes in, so if this is still too dark, well, still too dark. Can't go any lighter. So I'm going in with my sponge, because this is how I would normally apply my foundation. I prefer a sponge almost universally to a brush unless it's a really, really thick foundation. Okay, so the foundation is on and blended out. I really do love peaches, so I'm really enjoying the smell. It does smell very strongly of peach, and you kind of do get that little hint of fig. If you don't like peaches, or you don't like figs, you probably won't like this because it is kind of a strong scent. But I do like how it went on. It is matte, so that wasn't a lie. It does say it's a medium coverage foundation though, and I don't know that after one layer with a sponge that I would really call this like a true medium coverage foundation. It has covered up a lot of like my hyperpigmentation and stuff, but not as good as some of my other medium coverage foundations, so you might want to go in with an extra layer to get the coverage you really want out of it. But it is matte, and that's what I was looking for, so it's doing well on that front. I just put on a little bit of my Tarte Shape Tape in Fair off camera so that we can get to the next step, which is the Too Faced Peach Perfect Mattifying Loose Setting Powder. Okay, I do actually really like the packaging for this. This is so cute, and it's in a nice, like really sturdy container. So I don't feel like if I took this traveling with me that I would be nervous about something happening to it, in my luggage. And I am almost out of my Kat Von D Lock-It Translucent Setting Powder, so maybe this will be a good alternative. The box here says, Peach Perfect is infused with refreshing peach and sweet fig cream in our exclusive modern comfort matte formula. The Featherlight Universal Peach Tint. Why is everything peach tinted? Why can't it just smell like peaches? It brightens your skin and smells like a dream. Sets your foundation and creates a silky smooth canvas for bronzers, blushes, and highlighters while helping to absorb oil and reduce shine throughout the day. Oh, okay. If for absolutely no other reason, I like this because of what I just found. So when you open this up, you take the lid off, there's this clear plastic cover on here. And the plastic cover actually flips up. It's attached, so you're not going to get all of that spill and like fallout from this container into the sifter if you're traveling and it happens to turn upside down or something in your luggage. So I really appreciate that. Thank you, Too Faced. That makes it so much easier. We do quite a bit of traveling, even if it's just like for a weekend or something, and I always make a mess with my setting powders. So this is wonderful. I'm gonna just put a little bit in the lid here, and I'm gonna tap my brush in it. This is my Lottie London powder brush. This is my favorite powder brush ever, and I'm just gonna set everything lightly with this powder. Man, if you guys don't like the smell of peaches, you are just not gonna like this collection at all. It's very strong smelling of peach. I actually really like this powder. It was very like finely milled. It wasn't chunky. It went on really nice and smooth on my face. It didn't cling anywhere in particular. If you don't like the smell of peaches though, I'm gonna keep saying it, you're not gonna like this. The powder so far has actually been the peachiest smelling thing that I've tried, and I'm just gonna admit I was powdering my face and got some of it in my mouth, and it actually tastes like peach too, so buyer beware. Next up, I think, is the product that I am the most curious about because it just doesn't make any sense to me. This is Sweetie Pie, the Radiant Matte Bronzer. I don't know how you can be radiant and matte at the same time, but whatever. This packaging says, indulge in everyone's favorite summertime peach treat. Sweetie Pie Bronzer features 4 blendable shades that combine to define, highlight, and sculpt for a radiant complexion boosting finish that's a perfect recipe for a soft and flawless look. I still don't see how you can be radiant and matte. I'm not sure how well you're going to be able to tell on camera, but this is what the bronzer looks like, and it is very kind of glowy and shimmery looking. So we shall see. I guess I'm just gonna tap in. No, I don't know how I feel about this yet. I'm just gonna bronze up my face. Despite what this looks like in the pan, I don't know if it's just because it's a mix of colors or what, because some of these shades just like clearly look way too dark for my skin, but it goes on really nice. It blends really well on top of the foundation and the powder. Now, I don't know about radiant matte. I still don't believe that claim, but it is matte, and I think it just blended really well into everything else that I've already got going on. So this was a nice surprise. Still not radiant, but nice surprise. I just really wanted to test out how these base products did on oily skin. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and quickly finish off the rest of my makeup. Just do something light because this is about the face products today, not the rest of my face, and I'll be right back. Okay, we're back and I have the rest of my makeup on. I did notice that I forgot about this finishing powder. So we're going to go ahead and just try it anyway, even though the rest of my stuff's already done. This is the Peach Blur Translucent Smoothing Finishing Powder, and it said, achieve the illusion of perfect skin with advanced optical correcting spheres that help smooth harsh lines and blur imperfections in a translucent peach shade that works on all skin tones. So even though we have already done the rest of our makeup, we're going to try this anyway. This is probably the least peachy smelling one of the whole collection, so if you didn't like the peach, then maybe this one is for you. It's very light. I don't know that this one was actually worth it. It doesn't look any different. So lastly, we have the Peach Mist Mattifying Setting Spray. This says that it locks down makeup with our exclusive Comfort Matte finish and helps control oil for a comfortable, weightless feel that lasts all day. It says shake me, baby. So we're gonna shake. I've got both cats here in my lap. I know as soon as I spray this, they're gonna go flying because they don't like that noise. So after shaking this, it went from feeling really liquidy, like a normal setting spray, to feeling like you can't hear anything anymore. It almost feels like a foundation, like kind of moussey and solid, so it's a little weird. But I'm gonna go ahead and give this a shot. Woo! It's very peachy. But it does look good. It's actually a pretty nice mister, and it doesn't leave like a wet finish on your skin where you feel like, oh my god, I have to sit here and let it dry. Like this, you can kind of just mist and go. That's kind of nice. You know, there's a couple of little wet spots, but for the most part, it really does look matte. Overall, I'm actually pretty impressed with this whole peach thing. I didn't think I would like having like a peach primer and a peach tinted powder and stuff like that, but you know, my skin looks really matte and I like it. I do think honestly like the foundation will probably crease a little bit around my nose, and it's already creasing a little bit in my smile lines. Just this one for some reason is just worse, but it really it's outperformed my expectations so far. I like the primer because it kind of has a tacky finish after it dries down, so everything you put on top of that is really going to last. The foundation was nice. I feel like it's oxidizing just slightly, so to me in my mirror it looks, you can't really tell on camera, it doesn't really look that bad, but in my mirror my face definitely looks darker than my neck, so that's something to consider. I don't feel like it's oxidizing the whole shade or anything, but it's definitely darker than when I put it on. I got the lightest shade, Snow, so if you are lighter than me, I'm not sure this is going to work for you. I feel like maybe they could have come out with more shades of the peach foundation. I don't know how exactly shade inclusive it is, but I don't remember seeing that many when I was purchasing this on Sephora, so definitely probably some room for improvement there. I like the setting powder a lot as well. I have a really hard time with setting powders. I don't know if I'm just picky or, you know, my skin is just so oily that a lot of them just can't hold up to it. But this one, it went on so nice and comfortable and didn't cling to anything, didn't feel chalky, didn't feel like when you can feel gritty, you know, kind of between your fingers. It was a beautiful, beautiful powder. And I think the product that surprised me the most and might be my favorite out of all of these is that Sweetie Pie bronzer. It is such a beautiful color on my fair skin. I'm so surprised. It blended out wonderful. I don't know if it's just the mix of colors or what, but this might be a new favorite here. I did really like the setting spray as well. I loved the mister. It gave you such a nice, fine, even mist. But I do kind of feel like it was going other places that weren't my face. You know, it almost felt too fine of a mist that I was really getting it all, you know. So my shirt was a little wet, my hair line was a little wet. Actually, this still feels a little wet right here. So I'm not sure if it's just me being paranoid and weird, or if the mister really is spraying like literally my whole body. I don't know. But I do like the setting spray. It doesn't leave your face looking greasy or dewy. Doesn't leave it looking wet while it dries down. It's just instantly, bam, matte in your face. The one product I don't think I would actually recommend though is the Peach Blur finishing powder. I did actually forget to use this at the right time, but you know, even though I did put it on later, I don't know, I don't really see a difference, and I kind of feel like the setting powder did more for me than that did. So I'm definitely going to be using that setting powder again, but I mean, is the Peach Blur worth your like $20 to $30? Probably not. So will some of these end up being my holy grail matte products? Who knows? Definitely going to be testing them out a lot more, and I'll try to keep the description box updated as I go through these so you guys can kind of get a better idea of how I feel about them. But you know, I think for a first impression, I was pretty impressed, honestly. I just want to thank you guys again for tuning into this video. If there's anything else you want to see, let me know in the comment box below. And don't forget to give these videos a thumbs up if you love them, and subscribe before you leave. I hope you guys are having an amazing week, and I will catch you in my next video. Bye guys!